I have been asked to explain the search engine for this site, so I'll do this. There are two search engines. The main one, which is on the masthead, here and also here, searches all of the published articles on the site. At the present time, this is in excess of 13,000 articles. On the other hand, if you want to get the articles from the forums, short, brief questions, responses, so forth, you go to Search Discussion and you type in whatever word you are after. And that will search all of the forums and, in fact, will come up with far more references in all likelihood than the main engine will. So let's go to the main search engine. You can do it here. You can do it here. I, by habit, go here, but it doesn't really matter. So here we go for the main search phrase. And on this page, you have rules for Boolean searches. Now, what does that mean? Let's give an example. You want to research what has been published on 401k retirement programs. So we go 401 parenthesis K. That's the technical phrase that the IRS has for these programs. You would probably also want to get any reference to 401k without the parentheses, because a lot of people will refer to the programs in this form. Now, for some reason, you might want to get only those articles that refer to both. So then you type in with capital letters A-N-D. Now, if you search, you will only get articles that have both spellings or both references. I don't think that would be very useful. What you're after is information on 401k retirement programs. So now I'm going to go with Begin Search, and it is now searching 13,000 plus articles on the site, and it is looking for articles that have either 401k with the parentheses or without. So we have found 71 articles that have either of these phrases in them. Let's give an example here. We'll go to what to do with 401k money at 60. So I use, to help find things, Control F. And Control F pulls up a search page for any phrase. So now we're going to type in 401k without the parentheses. And you now see highlighted that phrase. You go down here and you search the down button. There's another example. There's another example. And I do it again. And now it takes me down to a link that goes to a forum. So somebody has posted a question on cashing out 401ks, and I can access that by clicking the link. I'll go back down and continue searching. There's another one, but you'll notice what happened. It skipped this one because that has the parenthesis, and this thing is literal. So it is only going to find references to 401k without the parenthesis in it. Now, what if I wanted to find a reference 401k with the parenthesis? So I go down here to 401k and I put in the parenthesis around it. Now it picks up that one. Is there another? Well, the title, because I used 401k, so there's an example here in the title with the parenthesis, and again, the title where I've used the parenthesis. Let's keep looking, and we're back to the one that is a reference to a post on one of the forums. So this way you would find all of the references to what you're really looking for, which is a 401k with or without the parenthesis. Technically, you don't really care. What you're after is information on how to use them or how not to use them. Let's go down, by the way, to this, we can scroll in here, and you find there have been quite a few posts relating to this original question. And you can scan down. Again, I would use this as the example, and you'll find the references to 401k with the parentheses. I think this is pretty straightforward. There's nothing particularly sophisticated about it. You can go back to the home page, and you can do a search here for 401 with the parentheses K and 401k, and you do the search. In this case, however, there are a lot of forum posts, far more forum posts than there are articles on the site. So it takes longer for the search engine to go through all of these posts in order to find the specific questions related either to 401k with or without the parentheses. Now we get here and we see that on this page there are 50 entries, and there are 1,422 total. It would take considerable amount of time for you to go through all of those posts, obviously. We always recommend that you put your key word or key term early in your question. So you can see here that the question very early is on retirement, 401k with the parentheses down here, 401k without. And you've got all of these entries. Again, the difficulty here is going through so many posts. In this sense, I suppose the program is limited because on this particular topic, there have been so many entries because people are really concerned about their retirement. And most of these, of course, will be on the retirement forum. But you get the idea. You can search for a word. You can search for two words or phrases. And if you go back to the search engine, you can also search for this phrase. Let me give an example. What if I wanted to find an article in which the phrase occurred, one phrase? So I go quotation mark, one phrase, quotation mark, and then I would search to see if anywhere on the site there is an article that has the phrase, one phrase. So it is now searching over 13,000 articles to see if I have used the phrase, one phrase in it. And I find that in 9 cases, I have used the phrase, one phrase. And you can do this with any phrase you want. You simply put it in quotation marks, and then it will search only for what is inside the quotation marks. It's fairly easy to use. I think it is fairly straightforward. It is a very useful tool, especially for the primary articles. It can be a useful tool for the forums, but only if you have a phrase or word that has not been used very often.